Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of BrownSense Live in Conversation with me, your host, Charles from BrownSense. And today we're going to be meeting yet another person behind the brains behind the vibey and fun brand. But wait, there's more. I'll also be getting the opportunity to taste this brand live with you in real time. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I will not sugarcoat anything. I'm definitely gonna tell it like it is. Now, this brand that we will be interviewing today was established in 2014, um, and the name was inspired and profound by the profound relationship between Africa and Latin American embedded history in music, dance, food, and storytelling. The brand was established by three Black kings in the Saudi by the names Kenny Nzama, Tebogo Moalusi, and Muzi Mjali, and later then joined by Unati Moalusi. Joining us today and rapping the brains behind the brand is none other than Tebogo Moalusi. Tebogo Moalusi, how are you, sir?
I'm very good, thanks, Charles. How are you?
I'm fantastic as always. I can't complain. It's a good Friday. Now, I know I may have missed some of the key ingredients that may have helped put together the brand. And this is exactly what we have you on board for. Please do take us through on how Obrigado Gin Company came about and the significance of the name behind this wonderful brand.
Thanks, Charles, and good afternoon to my fellow BrownSense family and community. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you this afternoon. I'm actually sitting in Etigeni, which is one of our proud Black-owned institutions that we must continue to celebrate as part of our broader BrownSense strategy of celebrating Black business that does great things. As introduced, my name is Tebogo from Obrigado Gin Company. And as mentioned, 2014 was some time ago when we birthed this beautiful brand called Obrigado. And like I explained, DJ Ken Zero, which many of you would know of, and Muzi, also a DJ under the pseudonym The Music, and myself began this brand. And really, we wanted to converge, the number of years of experience that we had in the space of eventing. But we also realized that out of eventing, you have the opportunity to build products because essentially eventing, you can't scale it. It's a time-based revenue model. And so after building the Obrigado events platform for many years, we decided that let's spin the name into a product so that we're able to scale outside of a time-based revenue model. And so strategically, that's what Obrigado reflects. The name itself means thank you in Portuguese. And as Charles mentioned before, it's borrowed from kind of this beautiful relationship Latin America has with the Africa and the diaspora. And it's really a beautiful word because it's used every single day. The idea that you say hello in most languages and then you say please and you say thank you is a common language that we use every day. And we just wanted to kind of embed ourselves in the daily experiences of people around the world, but particularly Africans. So that's the genesis of Obrigado and where it comes from. And there's so much more that we're going to be able to share over the live that we're having this afternoon.
All right, fantastic. Behind every successful brand is a grand story at the start, Uguti, where it started from and where it's going. Now, I want to know from you, Uguti, what were the struggles and the success stories in between, coming from where Obrigado was and where Obrigado is right now?
Yeah, as you know, being an entrepreneur in South Africa is not an easy task. But we had so much faith behind building an experience-based brand and platform. If you look at how we've built kind of our business, it's more than just about the simple brand. It's about creating a platform where we can be a marketplace for ideas, a marketplace for exchange, a marketplace for us being able to travel into the world. And so, some of the challenges were the typical ones: access to capital. We were a startup that had to be funded by the founding directors. We also, had the challenge of introducing a new concept of kind of Latin American infused culture into the African context. We had dabbled in it. I mean, if you listen to some of the music in some of the house music spaces, the music was always being seeded in some of the projects that like a DJ Fresh would put together. But it as a
Mm,
single culture that you can deep dive into, there wasn't anybody who had done that, at least insofar as we understand. And so embedding that and making it commonplace for people to engage with such a different experience was something that took time, which meant revenue wise, we weren't able to build up as quickly as many other businesses could. The third one was, as a connection to the first two, is the first event was 60 people, and most of them were just friends and family, people who maybe felt a little bit sorry for us and wanted to just show some support. But over time, we've been able to build an eventing platform where on average we're able to have, close to 800 people per event. So it's quite an accelerated growth that has happened over a 9 to 10 year period, which we're really proud of. Outside of that, you have other challenges of finding great spaces to do activations in Joburg. We like to pride ourselves in making sure that our experience is curated in a specific way, and therefore the spaces that we look for and go for have to be, of a certain quality. And Joburg, whilst it offers a lot, it also is limited. If you think about the various rooftops that you can have access to, there's not that many of them, and some of them that you can access have got limitations around time, around noise levels, accessibility, location, etc. So we really had to navigate the space, and we found places like the beach in Braamfontein, the living room in Maboneng, Constitution Hill was for a very long time our home. So we
mm,
started to kind of embed ourselves, but also expanding beyond the Gauteng province became an important part, both locally and internationally. So breaking into the KZN market, where we then did something at the Chairman, which was a beautiful venue, and then also in Cape Town, where we did a number of events and experiences there. Yeah, so very exciting. And then we decided to go international. But I'll touch on that in some of the, conversations that we have later. But successes from our side has just been the fact that we've stayed together. Partnerships can go wrong, and people can have different views of what the vision and the objectives are. But my partners and I have been, together for throughout the journey. There's been no changes, and that common respect and commitment to the joint objectives of the business have stayed the same. And we've even now brought in a fourth partner in Unati, having realized that there was just too much testosterone and male-dominated thinking in the team. We wanted to break that by
mm.
bringing a highly competent woman who understands, the brand and wants to make a contribution. So that's a great success for the team. But I certainly think that transitioning from being an events based platform to then getting into a gin was a major win for us and great success, including some of the international travels that we've had.
Wonderful, 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 my man. For those of you that have just joined us right now, welcome aboard. This is another episode of BrownSense Live in Conversation. And today I have Tebogo Moalusi, one of the key directors of Obrigado Gin. My name is Charles Umfana Wagangubeni. Please do allow me to actually now show you exactly what we're here for. We're here for this wonderful brand. And I want Tebogo to quickly tell us what's in here and what should make the other person drop what they're drinking right now and pick up this champ right
Oh,
here.
wow. This is the favorite part of my conversation. After having invested almost 8 years in an amazing eventing platform, we couldn't put out a product that would be subpar. And also just to respect the idea that we're a black-owned business and just how steep it is to get into the game and to be respected. We wanted to go all above and beyond to respect our customers, to respect our community, of which the BrownSense family is part of. One of the
Mm,
things that breaks my heart is when we say we are black business, but we put out into the market substandard and subpar products. I think we must
mm,
always strive to be better and be the best. And that's what, has driven the kind of product we've put in. So we've worked with some of the best people to kind of build the actual product. And the base spirit itself is made by a third generation master distiller from Germany. His name is Rolf Zietvogen. He's based in Cape Town, and we take some of the best water from the Cape to actually make the base gin spirit. The key ingredients that go into a gin are what you call juniper berries. That's what gives you actually, the essence of a gin. And then you put in rooibos, which is one of our amazing indigenous herbs in South Africa, renowned globally to being kind of a phenomenon. And then there's a third element called buchu, which is also kind of a herb which gives you a bit of bitterness and balances the flavor. So those are the base kind of ingredients that we then put with water and ferment in a copper pot in Cape Town. And that then gives you your white spirit, which is your gin. But we didn't want to stop there. We wanted to take it a step further. And so what we then did is we partnered with an amazing wine estate in Hermanus called Creation Wine Estate. Creation actually was ranked in the top number one in Africa and in the top 10 in the world in terms of as a wine estate. So we literally are working with some of the best. And if you look at the base of our bottle, it actually reads an African gin inspired by Creation Wines. And that's just to kind of, demonstrate the partnership that we have with them. So what we do with that base
Mm.
spirit after we've kind of pulled it out and distilled it a few times, we then put it in what you call Chardonnay barrels. So because wine creation wines makes different wines, red wines, white wines, they've got a number of Chardonnay barrels that they have in their farm. So we take the white spirit and we put it in your Chardonnay barrels, and that's what then gives you the color of the gin, which is kind of this beautiful golden color that mimics the
Mm.
sunset of the beautiful sunset of Africa. And then from a taste note point of view, what it does is it breaks that white spirit and softens it and makes it a lot more creamier and smoother, but also brings in some of those Chardonnay wine notes into the actual gin. So that's why we call it a Chardonnay gin, and the only Chardonnay gin in the country, in the continent, if not the world. We're the only people that make gin in this way, which makes us very unique. And so the taste palette or the taste notes are not artificial. We don't add anything in there. The taste is unique based on the flavors that come in from, those Chardonnay barrels. So you get a bit of a wooden taste. You get some fresh fruit notes, some pear, some peach. Obviously, because it's a wine, you'll get some of the grape, and then there's a tinge of kind of a citrusy taste, and that then gives you a fully balanced gin that you can sip or drink with some of the condiments and tonics that you prefer. But a beautifully made product, packaged in a 500 ml bottle. And I think just to close off that bit is we tag the line the gift of gratitude. What we would like when people drink obrigado, which is thank you in Portuguese, is we want you to feel and connect to your sense of gratitude. We want you to feel, look around the world and look at all the reasons why you could be grateful, despite everything that you could be going through. And as you sip it and you cheers with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, with whoever, you're able to be grateful for that moment. And that is what we've done with the product.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now I know it packs a good punch, so I'll go easy on myself. I was told behind the scenes, Oguti, this is also actually quite good for umkhuhlane or a cough, if you have any. The other day I was struggling with a cough, and I was told, Oguti, hey, just pop yourself a shot of this before you sleep, and then the following morning you're going to be amazing. So I wanted to try it yesterday, but I was like, let me wait for the actual day so we can crack it open together. So, guys, as you've seen, there's a nice seal over there. So it's properly sealed. I like the corkscrew lid. I'm really looking forward to tasting it. So I'm gonna rush and throw in my double shot right over there. Oh, that looks like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. First, if you were to put it
Mm.
close to your nose, yeah, I can really smell the different flavors. I can really there's like a couple of scents that I'm getting from this. Okay, I'm gonna throw in my ice quickly.
Before you throw in your eyes, Charles, Emma.
Ah,
So before you throw in your eyes, I just want you to take a sip to just put the pure liquid onto your lips and your tongue so that your mouth can get ready for the actual tasting. What it does is just balances your mouth so that you are getting rid of anything else that might have been there before. Don't take a big sip, just to make sure that your mouth has a background taste of obrigado.
ngiyayibona-ke lezi zinto bafethu. Let's go, let's get it.
Mm. Let it sit on your
Mm,
tongue. Let it slide down to the back of your throat. What you will realize is that
mm,
you don't make that cringing face when you drink
mm,
liquid. That's because of that smoothness. I spoke about it sitting in Chardonnay barrels for some time. That's what gives you that
mm,
smoothness. And that's why we're so proud of this gin. I mean, in many instances, some guys just drink it neat. If it's very chilled, you can pour it in the glass as a single shot at the end of the day and literally just sip it slowly and let it like dance and change as the night goes on. But then you can then take it through different stages. If you're drinking it in the afternoon, then you want a bit of ice and you want to play with it and express your creativity. But now you can put in
mm.
your ice after we've just tasted
Can
it.
I just say, that this changed my mind completely. Um, I really can have it neat without any ice at that. Um,
Yep.
Guys, it's so smooth. And also, as you let it sit, you get to taste the different flavors that lie there. And as it goes down, it's not a struggle at all. Look, I am not overselling this product right now. It is what he says it is. Guys, please do make sure that you shop for this product. It is available on our website on www.brownsense.africa. Alternatively, you can check for it on this link down below. Please do shop for it. We have it on special at 20% discount. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in right now.
Yeah, put it in. Let it meet your ice blocks. It's a meet and greet.
Mhm.
Let them have a bit of a introductory conversation, and then what we then do is a perfect serve for Obrigado Gin because it is got those wine notes. Is either with cucumber, or with rosemary, or with grapefruit. Those are the three kind of options that you can have. Charles has got the cucumber option. I've got some beautifully prepared rosemary from Etigeni. And then, yeah, you just, with rosemary, you want to just hit it a bit just so that you break the flavors and it comes out. Smell it a bit just so that you can experience everything. With Obrigado, it's
Very
not
good.
about just drinking the liquid, it's about everything around the experience. And so you can jot it into your glass. Again, let it sit and do the meet and greet with the ice blocks and the gin, and keep smelling it as it kind of transitions through the different stages of the gin. And then what you then do is you can take your tonic of choice. Some people prefer pink tonic. I love a classic gin and tonic. So I'm using similar to Charles there. I don't know if we can mention them by name because they must pay for advertising space if they want to
Eish,
be
no, no, no,
marketed.
no, no. We don't mention him, hey?
So
We
I'm
don't
going for a
mention him. Ah,
classic gin and tonic. And yeah, I don't pour it all the way, just so that you've got a nice balance between the actual gin and your tonic. Otherwise, the tonic just overpowers the gin too much.
absolutely, absolutely. Right at this moment, I just want to go through the comment section. Um, we have two comments so far. Guys, please do feel free to throw in any comments or any questions that you may have for us. From Togozo Shezi, he says, beautiful ev- eventing experience. And then we have another one from an anonymous. They say Chardonnay gin sounds amazing. Please do by all means purchase it, and you will never regret it. I, for one, am definitely purchasing 2 or 3 for this weekend.
We have to cheers first, Charles.
Ooh, sorry. Just
Obrigado.
obrigado.
Mm.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Simple. It's a simple,
So I'm
sophisticated
still
drink.
having it neat. I'm still
Oh,
having
okay.
it
You
neat without a tonic added in
tonic.
there.
And
Yeah.
what are your thoughts? How
So,
is it sitting with the ice and with cucumber?
so it's I can taste the cucumber has been activated as well as a rosemary.
Mm,
And I can still taste the woody taste yellow and the Chardonnay feature there, Yachin. I love
mm,
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
mm. And one of the things, our BrownSense family can probably see is that we're both using tumblers or whiskey glasses. For me, it's my preference. You can always use like a goblet or even a wine glass can be great. But the nice thing about whiskey glasses is that they are great at portion management. So you're able to see, your double and how much tonic you put. So it allows you to enjoy your tonic in nice proportions. Wine glasses and goblets are also great because they allow you to have a stem to hold on to. So it means that you can continue to
Understand.
nose, your drink. But yeah, I think with Obrigado, what you want to do is continue to scent and smell the drink while you drink it because it's an entire, experience when you do it that way.
All right. Before you had your endless supply of Obrigado gin, what was your go-to drink? Now, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to list it as a label. You can
Okay.
list it as just either a gin or a beer.
Yeah. Charles, I've got a very dynamic palate. I drink based on occasion, and therefore, I can have an ice cold beer on a beautiful summer's day when I'm feeling a machita, we're watching a soccer game or whatever it is. So I love a cold beer. When I'm not drinking a gin as a white spirit, I love vodka. I think vodka gives me a nice balance and doesn't give me, the head rush of some of the gins that are out in the market. Also, I like to drink my own gin, and when I'm not drinking my own gin, I'd rather drink vodka. Um, I love a great whiskey, from across the board. You've got your peaty, smoky whiskeys, and then you've got, kind of your simple, soft, fruity whiskeys. So, I love that. Cognac, I can drink cognac, at the end of the day over a cigar. So I'm really dynamic. I'm not stuck on one thing. And we go through phases, depending on where we are in our life stages. Yeah, so I know it's not one answer, but I'm a bit of a kaleidoscope when it comes to how I enjoy my drinks.
No, that's good enough for me. For those of you guys that have just joined in, welcome. You are here joining us with Brownsense Live in Conversations with Tebogo Moalusi. Obrigado is now available on our e-commerce platform on 20% discount. You've heard it from me, 20%. Please hop on over to www.brownsense.africa and shop for a Obrigado gin. You won't regret it. So another thing that we promise to you guys, for those of you that don't know, we do offer a shipment, yeah, between 2 to 5 working days. So if you're trying to get it for that specific day, depending on where you are in South Africa, we do go to where nobody else goes. We are a brown sense. Singena nasemalokishini, wayesemasababseni, every way, every way. So do drop in your order yako. The secure payments, everything is entrusted. You have a way bill to track order yako with see how far it is. So it's perfectly secure, perfectly might just even be better than the competitor. Okay, anyways, let's call up. Um, Tebogo, I just wanna find out, ne? Earlier you, earlier you told us about Tuguti where your Obrigado started,
Yeah.
and it is the Obrigado gin. Now, for you as a vodka lover, I would like to pick out that one.
Mm.
Um, where do we see Obrigado? Is there a chance that it may grow into different kind of spirits anytime soon? Are you guys venturing into that as well?
Yeah, well, without letting too much out the hat, there's a number of really exciting developments. I think the first one is we come from music. Our brand comes from music, and therefore the Obrigado experiences, which were mentioned in the chat earlier, are going to continue to grow. As a matter of fact, we've got a Obrigado picnic, garden picnic event coming through. I think it's on the 24th or 25th of February, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a stellar event, beautifully packaged for the classic, BrownSense community. So we'll continue to make those events better every time. The second bit is Obrigado Travels. In 2019, we took 50 people to Brazil, and it was an incredible experience. For 6 days, we went to Sao Paulo. So we started in Sao Paulo for 3 days, and then had a rooftop event on Copacabana Beach on the 30th floor of the hotel, which was an amazing experience. And then we moved on to Rio for another 3 days, beach parties, etc. So we're bringing that back on because it's now post-COVID, and there's a secret destination that we're working on. So keep an eye out for that. A young little traveling experience with Obrigado and Obrigado Gin Company. But from a beverage point of view, we are looking at adding a new variant of the gin. So, in wines, you've got Chardonnay, you've got Sauvignon Blanc, you've got Pinot Noir, you've got all these categories. So one of those is going to be coming out sometime soon. And then we also just recently did a bit of a focus group at one of the restaurants in Melville for Obrigado Sorbet. So there's a sorbet business coming out of Victoria Yards, whom we're partnering with, and we are going to be doing a sorbet infused, or rather, yeah, a sorbet that's infused with Obrigado gin called Obrigado Sorbet. And hopefully, coming summer and spring 2023, we'll be introducing that into the market. And just playing with the gin, it's a young gin, so we still want to just deepen it and get it exposed before we change too many things and increase, the portfolio too quickly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, as you've heard it from Uteboho himself. There's the event to look forward to. So grab a bottle of a Obrigado gin from us and let's head over right over there and enjoy a Obrigado gin along with the Obrigado gins and the lady as well. I want to know, ne, you said you're looking in future to have an event that is going to be abroad, right? So we are going to get a heads up prior so that ecoin ibe right.
Absolutely. We'll give you enough time to prepare, but you're going to love it. Think pristine beaches, think warm waters, think exotic spaces, exotic languages. So you're going to have to brush up on one of the, international languages. I won't tell you
On
which
your
one because you might. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
You
I'm
might
gonna
have
have
to
to
brush
brush
up
up
on.
on my como se voa, como estás?
Sí, 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 bien.
Sí, sí.
But definitely the Bronson's family will know as part of the first people to kind of be informed about the destination and where we're going. It will be a fully integrated package, 4 5 star experience. Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing you grow as a brand. And thank you so much, Tebogo, for availing yourself for this interview. Hopefully, we'll meet again soon for another class of Obrigado. From the Bronsons team and the Obrigado team, we say Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Thank you guys for joining us. Now, go ahead and grab yourself a bottle of Obrigado Gin, and please make sure to give a review on the product, just so we can get a look and feel of how the product is, how you guys are finding it. It'll really be amazing, for us to get this feedback from you. From Khosietsile. Khosietsile. I hope I pronounced it right. Josi. He says, Obrigado. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next time, when we meet the brains behind the next brand. Until next time, thank you, Tebogo. See you soon.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, BrownSense. Obrigado.
Cheers.